Hey guys, what's going on? BMcG here. War number 8 of season 38 here. The title of the video is kind of funny because I was originally assigned Overseer, CGR, and Hulkling for my fights. And I pretty much did everything I could to not use CGR. As you guys can see, Hulkling's not on the team as well because Odin made more sense and Rintra could do all three fights that CGR and Hulkling were supposed to take, but we'll get to that when we get to that. We're going up path 7 in section 1, long shot here on Conflictor. It's, you guys have probably seen me take this numerous times if you guys watch my channel. If not, well, here you go. So there's Conflictor and power efficiency, and Overseer places a special concussion debuff on the opponent after they launch a special attack. And you guys might think that's pretty bad because on Conflictor, that debuff will be purified and he will gain power, and that's true. But with Overseer, it's okay if the opponent gains a lot of power because you will see in a second. With power efficiency here, he will stay at a bar of power, and then with MD and Conflictor purifying that debuff, we immediately shot up and gained gamma power. So now we're at 5 gamma power, and we're just ready to keep nuking long shot. I mean, we could keep doing this rotation here, baiting special 2s and just punishing, getting that retaliation damage. That incinerate that he placed on us does absolutely nothing. It lowers your block proficiency because that's what incinerate does, but it's just willpower healing. So we could have kept that loop going where we just keep punishing his special 2. Right there, I know I invulned, so if I had eaten the special 3 there, I threw my special before he threw his, so I was stun immune due to the auto block passive that Overseer has, so no worry about the special 3 there at all. Next up, we have I-Bomb on Vivified. So this fight is interesting. There's brute force as well, so you have to make contact with the opponent. You actually have to participate in the fight, but this fight is pretty straightforward. I was actually kind of worried about this one because if you shoot I-Bomb to a special 3, he will just kill you. No one's immune to acid burn, so if he gets his acid burn passive on you, you're pretty much dead, and you don't want that to happen. So this fight is like insanely straightforward, so I just wanted to keep baiting special 1s out of I-Bomb, punishing them, doing 4-hit combos, and then just repeat the cycle. The Petrify debuff that he's placing on us isn't really doing much to us. It's actually acting as willpower healing. It's not strong enough to reverse our healing. So we'll just keep doing this loop here. And it's a pretty straightforward fight. I would do this again. It was super safe. But next up, we have one of the fights CGR was supposed to take, and this is Galan on node 26. If any of you guys remember what happened last time when I used CGR for Galan, now, to be entirely fair, I played those 2 fights before completely wrong. Ideally, you'd have a rank 4 CGR there with the recoil tree activated, and then you'd be able to loop special 2s. Regardless, I'm not a fan of that assignment. I made that clear in the previous video, and ever since then, I haven't really wanted to use Cosmic Ghost Rider in War. I just haven't felt comfortable with him. So, seeing that I was assigned Cosmic Ghost Rider for Galan, I was just like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. And I talked to Mike. Mike and I plan Battle Group 1, so we usually work together on it. I did the first part of the assignment, didn't get much done, but he finished it off, and that's why I was assigned CGR. I don't think I would have assigned myself CGR. But I talked with him and the other officers, and I'm like, hey, I'm not comfortable with this. The war is kind of close. I don't want to add to deaths if I do die. I'd rather just use Rintra, who I'm fairly confident with. I'm actually not fairly confident. I feel like I can't really die with Rintra. I don't know if I've died with Rintra yet, not trying to jinx it. But, yeah. And to be 100% transparent and everything, I think CGR works for these fights that he was assigned for. My alliance mates did it, and they had no issues. I just felt 100 times safer using Rintra here. And at this point in the war where I'm taking these fights, it was super close, and I wanted to feel super safe doing these fights. and I didn't want to have any like lack of confidence or anything, because you know, I'd rather take 90 seconds longer on a fight and feel 100% safe than try to nuke something and have a chance for it to fail, you know. So that's just my mindset when it comes to like doing my fights. Some people are different. Some people prefer to have, you know, fights be insanely fast. I know I've said it before in my videos. I prefer for fights to be less than 60 seconds because the longer you're in a fight, the more room there is for error. But if you guys are watching Rintra, we are keeping Galan locked in his corner the whole fight. We're self-rooting when he launches specials. We're regenerating when he hits our block while we're self-rooted by Rintra's rank 4 Sig 200. It's very hard to kill Rintra. So I'm really not too worried using Rintra in longer fights. So yeah. Next up we have Man-Thing on path 9. So this is the shock and bleed hazard shift. I would have loved to have another shock pre-fight for Overseer here, just because the shock debuffs are, you know, kind of annoying. I really don't want to make contact with Man-Thing while he has the bleed phase up, because this defender could be running deep wounds, which would make these bleed debuffs a lot longer. It could be up to 2.5 seconds longer, which means way more damage out of these bleed debuffs. I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, I'm just trying to slow play my way to getting to my special 2, and now that we do, we have 6 gamma, so we get this massive disorient on the opponent, and now we can start going to town. As you guys can see, those bleed debuffs are on me, and they ticked away my health, like, you know, almost a third of my health just gone. So that's why I tried to avoid it in the beginning, because I did not want to be in that like health race. But yeah, that fight went smooth. I mean, it's fine. Could have been better. Next up, we have Magneto on the second node of Path 9 in Section 2. This was a Hulkling fight, and Rintra works perfectly fine for it, so that's why I cut Hulkling from the team and brought Odin instead, so I could have the support pre-fights for both Overseer and Rintra. Now, I don't want anyone watching this video to think I'm criticizing Mike's plan or whatever by changing it and stuff. When we send out the assignment in our battle group chat, we pretty much tell the rest of the guys to look over the assignment, let us know if they have any questions, concerns, and let's have a good war. And like, that's usually what we say to start every single war. And if someone has issues with their assignment, they can speak up and we can make changes based on, you know, how we feel about things going forward. Like, if we made a mistake and assigned someone something wrong, they could tell us, let us know, we'll fix it. If they're more comfortable using someone else instead of what we assign them and it's going to work, then let's do it. I don't want people thinking like there's drama and I'm trying to, you know, cause issues with Mike. Like, it really doesn't matter. It's just a couple fights that I wanted to be more comfortable with, and we were okay with it in the end. So yeah, I talked with him. He thought it was gonna work. He said, if you're more comfortable with Rintra, go for it. So yeah. This fight's going pretty smooth here, other than getting hit like once. Again, you really don't want to hit into the opponent while they have the bleed phase up, because it's just going to take away your health. We're at 7 bleeds on ourselves right now. But yeah, this Magneto's pretty much done. We just have to launch the special 3, and I think a combo afterwards will finish it. But yeah, back to the whole switching the assignment thing. Yeah, it's really not that big of a deal. My battle group members have, you know, made us switch things in the past because we missed something or they felt more comfortable with something, and it worked out in the end. You know, you always got to go with your gut, in my opinion. But yeah, next up we have King Groot on node 50. We are using Overseer here. We've done this like the last 3 wars. It works pretty well, and it's a longer fight, but it's safe in my opinion. Just don't push King Groot to his special 2, and pretty much try to consistently bait specials from him. King Groot, he's pretty easy to bait specials from if you manage your spacing against him. You can't just like full dex everything and hope that he's gonna throw a special. I mean, sometimes he will, but like, I'll show you guys, I'll explain it in this video where like you can try to bait specials better. I don't know if you guys could tell, baiting the heavy attacks there, trying to learn from my mistakes last time and improve on my fights from before. So it's all about the timing of when you dex things versus King Groot, because if you dex like as soon as he throws his hit, like you try to land like a perfect dex in that perfect dex frame, you're gonna be too far away from King Groot for him to think that he could throw his special one and have it connect to you. So there's like a certain point where like you're close enough and you're like, yeah, King Groot's gonna throw that. So like right here you hit his block, and usually if you hit his block and then let go and like kind of like stand idle for like 1/10 of a second, he will you know, probably throw a special. So that's why hitting block usually helps bait specials out of the opponent. It's all about managing the spacing and making the AI think that they can land a special if they throw it. So like right there, see how I hit him after that attack and just kind of stood there for a second? Not really a second, but like 1/10 of a second, and he was like, yeah, I think I can land that, and then I just dexed out of the way. Right there we eat a little combo that's annoying. But yeah, that's just like some small things that goes through my head when I'm actually doing these fights, is like managing the spacing to get the specials baited out of the opponent, because a lot of that comes down to just knowing how to bait specials effectively. It's not just not attacking the opponent and letting your block down, it's being close enough to where the AI thinks they can land the special. But we dropped our special 3 here at 6 gamma, and we have the physical vulnerability up because we threw the special 3 when he was in his regen phase, and we got him down in 1 gamma cycle before or 1 cosmic power cycle before the physical vulnerability fell off, which is always awesome. That's a sign that you did a pretty speedy fight with Overseer's special 3 rotation. But next up we have CGR, or not CGR, we have Terrax on node 53, which was supposed to be taken by me using CGR. I opted for Rintra here, and I just felt 10 times safer using Rintra here. CGR has these rotations that you gotta do, and I didn't feel like doing any rotations for this fight because with polka dot power and stunning reflection, it could be hard to land certain rotations. Not impossible, and it is doable, and my alliance mates did it this war. I just wanted something safe, super easy, and Rintra is that. So definitely wanted to add this to something that I know that we can do in the future as well, because when Terrax is in his rock field, you can just keep spamming lights while in self-root. He'll hit you because he's super aggressive, and you guys can see we have over 50 ruptures just stacked up on him, and those ruptures are going to be modified by our attack rating that is modified by the armor breaks that are on us. So it's just going to lead to not needing the special 2 at all, which you can't really use the special 2 with Rintra against conduit defenders because the last hit is energy based, so they'll regenerate it back if it's not the kill shot. I probably could have dropped it pretty close to here because I'll be at like 30 plus ruptures. It'd deal enough damage to kill him, but just wanted to be safe and finish the fight out. So like right here, once I get my special 2, I could have dropped it right there. The fight would have been over with. But we're gonna let these ruptures tick out. Just gonna play safe, and this fight is over with. So that's it for my war. You know, I love being a little dramatic, and you know, it really wasn't that big of a deal about me using CGR or anything. But thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, sub if you're new. If you already subbed, you know I love you. See you guys for the next video or stream. Peace out.